Hi everyone, this is Pam Henley with All Florida Tax and Financial Solutions. Melanie Matheny with Slice has asked me to help everyone with the DR-405, which is a tangible personal property tax return that is due April 1st. So this is a great time to get started on it. A couple things you need to know about the form. It does have an exemption. If you have assets that are less than $25,000, you will be exempt from the tax. What are assets that they are looking for? Well, these are things that you can touch. That'll be your desk, your computer, your mouse, your monitors, your chairs. These are assets that are to be included in this form. What's not included? Your company vehicle. It does not go on this form. So let's get started. The form in the beginning is pretty easy to do. When you open up the form that's been sent to you from the county, you'll look on there and you will have an account number. So you're going to put that account number right here in the upper left-hand corner. Very simply, you're going to put the name of your company and where is your company physically located. That's the address that you want to provide here. The form's a little redundant. Again, they're asking you for your account number and your address. Now, the form I am using is online, so it helps me, I can type on it as we go. On the right-hand side of the form, if you put the push-down button, it will give me a list of all the counties. What they're wanting to know is, what county do you do business in? Well, we're in Orange County, so I'm going to put Orange County there. What tax year are we filing this for? Well, it's 2020. That's the year that we're filing the return. Next thing we're going to put on here is our EIN number. Where do you find your EIN number? Well, it can be located on your business tax return. So also, if you can't find your business tax return, many times people have it on sunbiz.org, and simply do a search for your own company and you can probably locate your EIN number. And also your accountant will have your EIN number and they'll be happy to help you with that information. The next number that the county is looking for is your NAICS number. This again can be located on your corporate tax return or your partnership tax return. It can also be located on your Schedule C. Your accountant again can help you locate this number. If you cannot find it, another easy way is to locate it on by a Google search. So I just put in NAICS codes, and then it'll pop up a search, and I simply type in accountants, and it quickly pulls up our codes. Now it can also, what it wants to do here is, let's find out specifically where do you fall into this. Like if you did entertainment, then you'll want to punch on there, to open it up. Well, what area of entertainment are you in? They want to know. So for this code here, 541219, you're going to find people that do billing services would fall underneath this code. Bookkeepers will fall underneath this code. Your CPAs will not fall underneath this code. Tax professionals, they have a different code. So if you do taxes, you're going to be under 54213. If you're in the payroll service company, you're going to be under 541214. So find the specific code that applies to you and your business, and then just simply pop it into the return. And then we go to number 1 on filling out the form. They want to know, who is the owner? Who's the person in charge of this company? Well, I'm the owner, Pamela Henley. And then I'm going to put my office number, and then I'm going to put the name of my business. My physical location of my office. Where do I do business? Well, I'm at 343 North Fern Creek. The next thing it's asking me, have I ever filed a tangible personal tax return under any other name? Well, no, I've never done business under any other name. So that's what we put there. They also want to know, what was the date that you began doing business in this particular county? Because each county is going to require their own tangible personal tax return filed to them. So I've only ever been in Orange County. So I started in '09. Fiscal year to date, 95% of the people are going to have 1231 because most people are in a calendar year that they file their tax return. Next section, number 6. They're asking you what is the nature of your business. What they're looking here is the NAICS number that you provided here, is it corresponding with what you're saying that you do for business? So that's why these two numbers are important to have correct. Next section here is what are you? Well, I'm a professional and I provide a service. So that's why those are checked. Did I file a tangible personal property return in this county last year? If you did, you simply check yes. If you did not, you put no. And then you put in here the name and the location of your business. They want to know here in section 8, was there a former business owner? No, I did not buy a business from anyone else. If you did, then you'd want to put their name there. You would fill out number 9, to whom it was sold, and the date it was sold. The reason this section is important is because they want to remove the former owner and add you as the new owner of the business. I had a yogurt company that the owner sold their business to another owner. They kept the name of the old yogurt name. So they would put that information in and who they sold it to and what date it was sold. Now we're getting to the meat of this return. This is the important part. This is also one thing I want to go over is if you have a lot of assets. I know that a lot of my production people will have snow machines and all kinds of equipment, production equipment that they use that we have to account for. So for them, I have a very large asset list that is provided with their government form when they file their taxes. If you have a very large asset list, please reach out to your tax professional and ask them to maybe number 1, the first year, walk you through this and do it. If you're still wanting to do it on your own, then you'll want them to give you the depreciation sheet that they use because those are the assets that need to be on this return. If you just, like me, you have a few assets, then I would go ahead and fill this form out completely. So the section that you're going to go down to fill out the main portion of your assets that you own are going to be the schedule for page 1, lines 10 through 21, 23 through 25. If you have a very large asset list that you have obtained from your accountant, I simply, when I do them for my clients, is put on here, see attached. And that's all you need to do in this section. If you just have a few assets that you're going to add on here, then I go ahead and I type them in. So if I have just a desk and a laptop and a few other things, then I'm gonna put them on here. And I just gave an example that I had of a desk that's 2 years old. It was acquired in 2018. I originally purchased it for $2,500. All furniture and equipment usually depreciates over 7 years. So simply did the math and I came up with what the fair market value is. I have a drop-down button that gives me a choice of is the equipment in good shape, average, or poor. My desk is in good shape. Same thing for the laptop. I just put a random age of it's 1 year old. You're going to put the age of the equipment that you have when you acquired it. What was the original cost when you purchased it? What kind of condition is it in today? And then the estimated fair market value. And you would continue to list all of your assets on here doing the same process until you're done. This section's really easy. You're going to total up all of your original costs, and then you're going to total up your fair market value costs. You're going to go back up to the top here, and you are going to break them out according to the section. So office furniture and equipment, you're going to total up all of those, what the original costs were, and what the fair market value for each are. Same thing for your computers and your word processors, original cost, and all of them totaled up what was the fair market value of all that equipment. And you would work that all the way down for each one that applied to you. I'm going to go back down to just a couple of other sections that I'm sure you're wondering about. Physical assets removed during the last year. So this would be for someone who filed a tangible personal property tax return last year and they disposed of their equipment. So I just put an example in here of a computer. It was 5 years old when I acquired it. I put the fair market value as 0 because it was disposed of. We scrapped it. It was no longer of use to us. It didn't work anymore. So it doesn't have a value. And then, so you're going to put that on there. The reason that's important is that you put items on there that are removed because the county keeps a list of everything that you give them. And they want to make sure that they remove those items and you aren't being taxed on them. So it's very important when you get a list, and especially from your accountant, if they give you an asset list and say, please go through here and mark off what you got rid of, that's why they're asking you. They don't want you to be taxed on equipment that you no longer own. So take the time when they send you that list and make sure you mark through anything that you got rid of. Okay? And then this section here is only if you're in the business of leasing or renting equipment to others. So you have equipment that you actually, have another business they rent from you. That's when you would fill this section out. Most people are not in the business of leasing, especially I don't know, but some entertainment people may. But if that's the case, then this is exactly how you would fill it out. It's pretty straightforward. The next section here, line 22, is if you are actually have equipment that you lease from another company. So a lot of people will lease their servers for their businesses. They don't own them, they lease them. Businesses will lease copy machines, those type of things. So if you're actually leasing equipment, the county wants to know about that and how much you pay each month and what the terms are on it. And that is how you complete and fill out a tangible personal property tax return form. I hope this was helpful to everyone. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me or your tax professional. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. My number, if you want, is 407-730-4892. And we're here to help and do whatever you need. So we'll talk to you soon.